County roads in Oklahoma. What it costs not to maintain a critical resource. County roads and bridges are public assets with a net worth, or an equivalent market value, just like any other capital asset. And just like any other scarce resource, their net worth depreciates over time without ongoing maintenance. We have all heard that maintaining critical business assets is not only a capital expense, it is also a wise long-term investment. In the area of annualized county highway, road, and bridge maintenance cost, considering the number and type of road asset to be maintained. A quick check with our good friends at Google returns a mountain of data on the cost to maintain various systems. Here we see that starting with gravel roads, the cost in 2014 was approximately $8,000 per mile per year. This annualized maintenance cost includes operational services like mowing, maintaining drainage systems with proper right-of-way, and driving surface management. A gravel road should only require minor base restabilization road and repairs at year 12 to 13. An effective road maintenance program management requires this long-term approach, considering the different life cycle of the various types of county roadways. For example, a typical county asphalt road has around a 25 to 30-year useful life cycle, while the annual maintenance cost for mowing, ditch management, pothole repair, and crack sealing are only slightly higher in cost than those needed to maintain a comparable gravel road. In addition to around $10,000 a mile per year for operational maintenance, asphalt roads also require periodic revitalization of the driving surface and restabilization of the road base. At year 12, with proper crack sealing and pothole repair, an asphalt road will require a thin overlay of the driving surface, which will extend the useful life another 10 to 12 years. In current dollars, the cost of a thin overlay on a well-maintained asphalt road is approximately $50,000 a mile. At year 25, the useful life of the road has come to an end. At this point, the driving surface is reclaimed, the road base is restabilized, ditches are realigned, and the new roadway is topped off with between 4 and 6 inches of new asphalt. In current dollars, the cost of restabilization of a well-maintained asphalt road is approximately $650,000 a mile. This extra expense bumps the annualized life cycle maintenance cost of an asphalt roadway to approximately $38,000 a mile. The importance of proper life cycle maintenance becomes apparent when examining the difference in cost in conversion of a gravel road to an asphalt road. An adequately maintained gravel road, as previously described above, requires an initial construction capital expense of approximately $375,000 to apply the asphalt driving surface. The estimated annualized 25-year life cycle capital expense of paving an adequately maintained gravel road is approximately $53,000 a mile, while an inadequately maintained gravel road can cost well over $2 million a mile to convert to an asphalt roadway, depending on the level of effort required to relocate utilities, or acquire additional right-of-way, or address environmental issue, or change the roadway alignment, or improve the area drainage, or rebuild and stabilize the road base prior to paving. This is a worst-case scenario with estimated annualized 25-year life cycle capital expense of just under $3 million spent to convert and maintain a bad gravel road. This yields an annual maintenance cost of approximately $118,000 a mile. As you may have already guessed, the concept of budgeting for long-term life cycle maintenance cost, based on a county's real, on-the-ground, transportation asset management responsibilities, is lost in the yearly legislative budget scramble. That is, no one really considers the actual cost to maintain a specific number and type of roads and bridges that make up the county highway system. Governments almost never budget for asset program maintenance. The Oklahoma State Capitol remodel is a perfect example of government's inability to plan and implement long-term asset management. The current model in use is to wait until the asset has degraded to the point of no longer serving its intended purpose. Then, an emergency is declared and special, one-time funds are provided, under state agency control, to apply only a band-aid fix in order to appease the masses and allow the legislature to focus their attention on the next emergency. Let's now examine the actual funding model used today by the Oklahoma legislature to allocate county highway funding to the various 77 counties in Oklahoma. The County Highway Fund is the state's primary source of county road funding and is defined in Oklahoma Title 69, Section 1503. Revenue sources are gas, diesel, special, gross production, and motor vehicle collections. The interesting data point here is the Oklahoma Department of Transportation Department's responsibility to report each county's road mileage to the Oklahoma Tax Commission, where they used that number in funding calculations for the next year's county highway fund allocation. In reality, the road mileage function used by the OTA has little effect on how the funds are allocated to each county. The OTA publishes the functions they to calculate a county's highways funding. These functions are described in great detail by our friends at Oklahoma State University in a white paper entitled Primary Sources of County Road Funding. This white paper is 8 pages long, and, even with the best efforts of the OSU Extension Service to simplify and explain the process, it fails to simplify or explain, and still it takes us 8 pages attempting to discuss most confusing conglomeration of contrived and convoluted increment formulas. This being truly a black box function that no one really understands. So, how do we know if this is really what the Oklahoma State Legislature originally intended, or has this function been perverted to produce the most inequitable results possible? Now, let's examine the outcome of policy as implemented by the county highway funding legislation. We compare the results in regard to how the funding allocated to the county on a per mile and per bridge basis. We should always ask if this outcome affects the residents of one of Oklahoma's third fastest population growth area here in southwest Logan County in a positive or negative manner in relation to legislative intent. We should also examine how such population growth can be sustained without a corresponding growth in the county transportation funding allocation of, and local priority of use for such scarce transportation maintenance funding throughout the county. OTA provides public web access to this data. Here we are checking on the fiscal year 2018 county highway funds distributed to our county treasurer on a monthly basis. Each month's county highway fund allocation is distributed to the 3 county road districts. Pictured here is the April allocation for distribution in June 2019. The county received $256,000 split evenly across 3 road districts. Our county highway program has a combined overhead cost consisting of employee cost and equipment lease rental expense of approximately $186,000 and $47,000 respectively. This leaves $26,000 available to the county for maintenance and operations. M&O is the lifeblood of a county highway program and is used to purchase all supplies and materials like fuel, gravel, shale, tires, traffic control signs, and asphalt, along with contracted services and utilities, just to name a few. While June brought the county a low point in our monthly county highway funding, it also found us in the middle of the third FEMA-certified flood disaster in 4 years. 2015, 2017, and now again our roads washed out in the big flood of 2019. In 2018 our county averaged just over $3,000 a mile to take care of our 1201 DOT certified road miles. Our particular county roads are heavily used by the oil and gas industry in our area, transporting crude from western counties to storage facilities in eastern Payne County. These very heavy 80,000-pound loads also traverse our rural county roads as they haul oil field waste to disposal wells in our county. If our county operated as a business, we would list our income and expenses. It would look something like this. Listed first is income with the county highway fund listed first. Our yearly expenses in red numbers. Next is our county sales tax for county roads, adds in to give around $4.7 million per year. Dividing that number by the total road miles provides just under $4,000 per mile per year. Now we will look at annualized maintenance costs as expenses. Given 1,201 certified road miles, we need to break them down into number and type of road to determine true expense. We work with approximately 250 asphalt miles and 951 dirt or gravel roads. We also have around 220 bridges in the county and just estimate that $5,000 per bridge per year is a starting point. That nets a total expense of just over $19 million. Going back to an annualized maintenance cost per mile, minus the bridge figure, is just over $15,000 a mile. The county pays this expense, one way or another. Neglect leads to atrophy and degeneration. Gravel and dirt roads can experience a loss of up to 1 inch of road material a year. That is equivalent to 500 tons of lost road base material a year per mile. It cost the county $3,500 to replace 500 tons of road material. The cost of neglect is much higher with asphalt roads. Minimal maintenance over a 12-year period can depreciate a mile of asphalt roadway as much as $1 million. Our county experienced a very wet spring in 2015. It started raining in March and didn't quit until August. We had several of our rural road washed down to bedrock by May of that year as well. In July of that year we lost the Seward Road Bridge over the Cottonwood Creek. Same thing happened in the spring of 2017, another FEMA-certified flood. Let's remember we have experienced 3 major flood events in our road district over the last 4 years. Once again find ourselves operating under a similar set of circumstances of 2015 and 2017. We are in the middle of a serious rebuild mode with our county road system from all the localized flood events caused by an excess of 25 inches of rainfall on our area in the Cottonwood and Deer Creek drainage basin over the past 90 days. This is an unprecedented rainfall event and has severely damaged our roads and bridges. The damage is still being calculated, but the estimate is in excess of $1 million just to put things back to the condition of March 2019. The problem with FEMA reimbursement is the county has to spend the money up front and wait on average around 18 months to get a partial payment of what we spent. So far, since May 2019 we have spent over $100,000 on emergency road and bridge repairs, which is paid from funds we were saving for other transportation projects this year, projects that had to be canceled because of this latest flood event. Once school was out, our priority shifted from bus routes to restoring our farm-to-market roads enabling the upcoming wheat harvest. Unfortunately, many of our wheat fields are still very wet, and in some areas it appears that many of our farmers may not get their crops out of the field this year. Our recovery priorities during emergency events that degrade our transportation system is to first restore critical routes. The primary goals are to re-establish school bus, mail, and emergency service routes, giving first priority to restore single-access roads with residents that have no access to emergency services via the county road system. Over the next several months we will continue to incrementally improve the drivability of all of our county rural roadways. However, our priority will always be to the worst roads that service the most people. Please be patient with us if we haven't got to a reported issue on your road or in your neighborhood yet. We will get there, and thanks for understanding. Feel free to report any road issues to our county barn at 405-282-3581 between 7:30 a.m. and 4 p.m. Monday through Friday, or you can fill a work order request anytime online if you visit our new county website at http://www.logancountyok.com. We will work all non-emergency issues in priority as previously stated. Please feel free to pass this information along to your friends, neighbors, and relatives. Be safe out there, and please let us know if you have any questions, and thank you for your understanding. Feel free to contact County Commissioner Marvin Goodman if you have any questions about this presentation on the roads and bridges in Logan County.